Good afternoon, or good morning, I guess, depending on where you're watching from. Let me just refresh my laptop and make sure that I am live. And my laptop doesn't want to refresh. Come on, there we go. Okay, we are good to go. All right. So, good afternoon, Carol Buckalew with Inky Stampers. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And I'm so excited to share this project with you today. Actually, two little projects. But what I have to share today are two gift card holders. Hey, Sharon. Hi, Faith. Thanks so much for joining. So I've got a couple of gift card holders here to share with you. I'm going to show you how to make the first one that is, it's not complicated, but you definitely would want to see how it was made. And this one is super easy. Credit goes out to Carrie Rhodes. Carrie is a YouTuber, and I caught her video where she was making gift card holders. I will say that this particular gift card holder right here, I revised the measurements on, just because I wanted it a little bit larger. But the really good news is that both of these gift card holders will fit in a standard medium-size envelope. So if you needed to mail gift cards, because I think pretty much everybody gives gift cards around the holidays anymore. But if you needed to mail gift cards, both of these options will fit in a standard envelope. All right, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to set my gift cards over there so they don't get lost. So the very first one, the products I used, if I can grab them, is the Merriest Trees bundle, which is the stamp set and dies. Now, the dies are currently out of stock, but they're expected to come back in about a week or less. So that's good news. This has been a super fun, popular set. And then I also used, for the designer series paper, the Merry Bold and Bright 12 by 12 designer series paper on this card. So let me get started here. Okay, so to make this gift card holder right here, we need a piece of cardstock that measures 10 3/4 by 4 1/4. So if you were to cut a 1/4 inch off of the short side of a sheet of cardstock, and then slice it down the long way at 4 1/4 inches, you can get two gift card holders out of one sheet of cardstock with very little waste. So I really like that about this. I'm going to bring in my scoring tool. Move my gift card out of the way here. So on the long side of this cardstock, we are going to score this at 1 1/4 inches. So 1 1/4, 4 inches, 6 inches, and 8 inches. So pretty easy to remember. And let me put this away here, get it out of my way. Okay, so now we are going to fold this back on the second score line from the right. So 1, 2, and we're going to fold back right at that score line. Make sure our sides are even. They are. Use my bone folder just to give it a nice crease. I'm bringing in my 2-inch punch, and on this folded edge that we just folded right here, I want to take out a little moon here on that folded edge. So because you're going through two thicknesses of cardstock, got to use a little bit of muscle, but it's not too bad. And I'm centering that punch on that crease, and we'll give it a punch, and the paper went flying on the floor. I'll get it later. Go ahead and close this. All right, so now we have, right, We have a little, you know, half moon opening here. I'm going to open this up and turn it to the back side. And I am going to grab some tear and tape. And I am going to place tear and tape on 3 sides of one of those cutout sections, not both, just one. And it doesn't have to be super precise, but you do want it on 3 sides. And the tear and tape is nice and strong. So this is going to hold well. But actually, once this is together, I don't think it really matters all that much. Okay, we've got our tear and tape on. I'm going to take the pointy end of my take your pick tool just to remove the covers. This is a great tool to remove tear and tape covers. It just makes it so much easier. There we go. Okay, and now I am going to go ahead and fold this closed, basically sealing together those 2 cutout panels. Now I'm going to go ahead and fold everything around this panel. So we're going to fold this side up, and I'm going to give that a burnish. Yeah, I like tear and tape too, Sharon. It definitely is handy. And I just flipped it over there. We're going to also fold this edge up. So this is called a tri-fold pop-up gift card holder. And then this little narrow flap, and I apologize if it's hard to see because of the dark cardstock, but that little narrow flap is going to get folded over. So that is actually our closure. So when you open this gift card, the center panel pops up so that, you know, so the gift card pops up when you open the panel, which I think is really fun. What I did was I took my bone folder. If you, you know what? I forgot a step. I forgot a step. Hold on. I'm like, why isn't that opening? So we had sealed this shut. And the step that I forgot, and it's important that you seal it first because I made one and didn't do that. And yeah, I had pieces of cardstock in my hand. If you line the left edge of this folded unit, so our crease and our little half moon is here. If you line the left edge up to the 5 7/8 inch mark, and then go ahead and cut, I got ahead of myself. I usually do. Now we can fold our pieces up. Now we have an opening. But what I was going to say was, if you open that little slot and slip your bone folder in there and just kind of just break down those paper fibers just a little bit, it makes it very easy. It makes it very easy to slip that gift card in, right? So when you open this, you can see that the gift card pops up. So it's kind of cool. I really thought this one was neat. You definitely would want to see somebody make this just once, so you would know how to do it. But I thought that was very clever of Carrie to figure out. All right, we are going to go ahead and just decorate our panel here. I have pre-die cut some pieces, and I pre-cut all my panels. But again, this is the Merry Bold and Bright paper, and I just love this paper. I'm trying to get all my little pieces out here. There we go. All right. I just love this paper, but we are going to, let me see here. We are going to put this panel on the outside. What did I do here? Yeah, okay. Grab my liquid glue. Oh, wrong side. I need to glue down the correct side. My glue is almost out here, but I think I can squeeze by. And I just got a big glob. I didn't mean to. All right, this is actually going to go on the inside bottom panel as well as the outside panel. And I'm just looking for an equal reveal there as best I can around the edges of the panels. And this is obviously directional. So if you're cutting paper that's directional, you definitely want to make sure, you know, that you're cutting it correctly before you make that final cut. And then I'm just going to flip this, let me see here, get oriented, flip this to the front, and we're going to put this on the front of our trifold. But isn't this just such a clever idea? I just thought this was the coolest. Alrighty, and we are going to put our little Christmas trees on the back. Oops. See, I'm getting all turned around here. There we go. It keeps wanting to pop open on me. And it kind of relaxes, you know, after a while, after you've got it made. So I just ordered Velcro, little round Velcro closures. I wish I'd had them. I could have waited to share this project, but to be very honest, I was like, I couldn't wait to share this with somebody because I just thought it was cool. There we go. And then we're going to put little Christmas trees here on our narrow flap. Hope everybody's doing well today. We got cold here. Boy, did it get cold. I think we might have had a little bit of frost this morning. Currently it's 49 degrees. It's windy, and that wind is cold. And all the leaves are falling off the trees that quick. But, you know, it is fall, so it is what it is. It kind of looking like I might not have gotten that piece of paper cut exactly right, but you know what? I don't think anybody is going to notice that. So Sharon, to answer your question, the cardstock for this folder is 10 3/4 inches by 4 1/4 inches, and it is scored at 1 1/4, 4 inches, 6 inches, and 8 inches. This will be on my blog on Friday, and I'll have all the measurements and a tutorial and everything that you'll be able to print out. But how fun is this? I'm making these for the craft fair that I'm going to be at in early December, so super excited. All right, I'm going to utilize the first punch I used to make our little quarter moon there for the card holder was my 2-inch punch. This is a 2 3/8 inch punch, and I'm going to punch out a circle from Greeny Apple Green and we are going to adhere this eventually to the front here. Actually, we could probably adhere that now. Let me go ahead and do that. So you want to be careful how much glue you put, right? You don't want to put it too far down. I think that's probably going to be good. And then you got to kind of remember where the center is. And I'm going to close this and just center this as best I can. And we'll just give that a minute to hold. Okay, Sharon, thanks for joining. So what I did was, I've got a piece of shaded spruce here for this little Christmas tree. This tree was the middle-sized die from the Merriest tree set. And all I did was, the cardstock is shaded spruce. I stamped the kind of the detail, not the fill stamp, but the detail, also in shaded spruce on the same piece of cardstock, and then die cut it. And I'm going to go ahead and decorate up. The Merriest tree set also comes with this fun garland, and it cuts out enough garland for one tree. And so I'm going to go ahead and just get this glued on. But it's kind of, I don't know, the fun of making these too is decorating them, I think. New phones do take a hot minute to figure out, don't they? Sharon said she was having trouble with her phone. Whoops. I'm just going to take my tweezers and move that in the correct place. There we go. And let me find my last piece here of, now I've got glue on my fingers and getting it stuck to myself here. And then this will be our last one. Whoop, no, that one's too long. That's not the right piece. There we go. This one. And we'll get that one put right there. But we're actually almost done this particular gift card holder. But I did order Velcro rounds. They're 3/8 of an inch wide. And that's what I recommend using. You know, I recommend using that size on these gift card holders. They're really inexpensive. You can get them, you know, through Amazon. Let's get our little star on here. But that is what I would recommend using. You can get magnets, but, you know, if somebody has a pacemaker, those little tiny magnets, you'd be surprised how strong they are. I'd be afraid to use them. Not to mention the magnet can deactivate gift cards. So you want to definitely be careful. That's why I recommend the Velcro strips. All right, we've got our little Christmas tree together here. I am going to flip this over and get some Stampin' Dimensionals on it. Your phone, the new one confuses you. I know, it's like you have to learn everything all over again. I totally get it. My phone is not that old. And yeah, I had to learn some new things. I had to get my son to show me a few things. I still get him to show me stuff on my new phone. All right, let me get these dimensional covers off. And we will put our little tree here on our circle. And I just thought this was so festive. And I'm going to let the bottom of that tree hang off the bottom slightly of the circle, that is. All right. A little trick to help you keep, well, we'll get to that in a minute. Let me finish this. I am going to stamp a sentiment. We do have an inside panel, so that is also another nice thing about this particular gift card holder, is that you've got a place to write a little sentiment if you'd like. And I've got the sentiment, "We wish you a Merry Christmas." And I am just going to stamp that in shaded spruce. And just line it up as best I can here. And I'm going to put it off to the side. And that way you've got the area to the right to write your message. There we go. Put that away. And let me I'm bringing my stuff back in so I don't forget. But let me go ahead and get this glued to the inside. There we go. And that finishes up our gift card holder. Now what you could do is you could use a mini glue dot and kind of roll it between your fingers maybe for a minute. But I will warn you that a glue dot would most likely eventually take up your designer series paper. So that's why I recommend, you know, I definitely recommend the Velcro dots. I did put glue dots on this particular one, and after a while they stop holding the gift card holder closed. You know, but that's something you definitely could do. You know what? I didn't finish. I didn't finish with my little card. Let's finish. All right. I'm going to open it that way just so it stops bouncing around on me. I am going to take just a little length of linen thread, and I'm going to tie a tiny little bow. And we're going to put this at the top of our Christmas tree, just for something a little extra. And I'm going to put some rhinestones on our tree as well, just to decorate it up a little bit. And linen thread, I'll tell you, it has a mind of its own. Come on. It wants to twist. Okay, there we go. I'm just going to trim these ends off just a little bit so they're not quite so long. And let me grab a glue dot. Yeah, with the new technology, you definitely need a young person around to kind of help. I'm very grateful for my sons. You know, they're always willing to help us out with questions and issues, and so it's nice. It's nice to have that. All right, I just rolled that glue dot up a little bit, and if need be, I'm using my tweezers just to kind of tuck it under that bow there so it doesn't get in the way. And then I'm just going to place a few medium-sized rhinestones on our Christmas tree, just here and there, just to kind of liven it up a little bit. And I'm just going to put 3 on. And so that finishes that gift card holder. And so let's get to this one. And this one comes together super quickly. Let me grab my supplies for that one. Bear with me here while I get organized. So this one, I've already cut this. This one measures, the cardstock measures 3.5 by 8.5 inches long, and it is scored at 3.5. And this one is super, super easy. And we are going to get our tear and tape and just add some tear and tape to the sides to hold this one together. Now I will tell you with this particular, yes, Farrah Fawcett hair bows, because that the linen thread has a mind of its own. It really does. Excuse me. For this one, you want the tear and tape as close to the edge as you can get it, because you kind of need all the room, you know, for this slip-in gift tag. So we are going to put tear and tape on 3 sides. Let me grab a little bit more. I'm sure I didn't expect to see Mary on the live today. She's getting ready to go on retreat. That should be a whole lot of fun. All right. remove our covers here. But this one doesn't get any simpler, I'll tell you. This one is super easy to do, very basic. One score line, fold it together, and then here is our little insert. And I am using the trio punch, and I'm just going to corner off the top of my tag here. Flip that over and give it another punch on the other side. There we go. And sometimes if you're not forceful enough, I'm just cleaning that edge up because I lack the strength to push down on that punch, I think, as hard as I need to. There we go. That's good. And then I'm just taking a standard single hole 1/4 inch punch that you get at whatever craft store you might visit. And I'm just going to go ahead and punch a hole at the top of our tag here in the middle, like that. And let's go ahead and decorate our envelope. You know what I'm missing? I am missing, oh no, I'm not. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and stamp a sentiment on our little gift tag. And I'm using Night of Navy ink. And this paper that I'm decorating this envelope is from the Beary Christmas 12 by 12 designer series paper. Super cute paper. Alrighty, and hopefully I can get this. I'm going to have to pull this to me, guys. Bear with me. Hopefully I can get this straight. See how I do. Yeah, I did pretty good. Yeah, it will be fun to hear about their retreat. They always have a good time. I would like to go one of these years. I just couldn't do it this year, but it would be a whole lot of fun. All right, I'm going to take some of the iridescent ribbon, and I don't need a whole lot. And I'm going to fold that in half. I cut it at an angle. I'm going to fold it in half just so that I can feed that through that little 1/4 inch hole that I punched. And I'm just going to go ahead and tie a single loop here. This ribbon is stiff enough that it will stay on its own. You don't need to tie it in a knot or anything. And then I'm just going to go ahead and give that a trim just to shorten it a little bit. There we go. Alrighty. We could go ahead and get our designer series paper on. So for the front panel, and because this is dark cardstock again, please tell me I didn't seal up my card. I sealed up my card. I don't believe I sealed up my, I sealed up my base. All right. Bear with me, guys. So going a little over. Let me grab some cardstock. I need to cut another piece because I sealed 3 sides and I should have only sealed 2 sides. Let me get another piece here. Good grief. All right. I said 8.5 by 3.5, so let me see, 8.5 by 3.5. So you could actually get, you couldn't, I don't think you'd have enough for 3, but you could definitely get 2 gift card holders out of this. So 3.5 by 8.5, and then we want to score at 3.5. I don't believe I did that. Huh? Alrighty. There we go. Let's try this one more time. Only 2 sides with the tear and tape. I wish you'd said something, Faith, before I stuck it down. Yeah, I wasn't thinking too clearly. You know what? Let me give this a crease before I, the other one was taped down on 3 sides. I guess that's what I was thinking. All right. Let's give this a second go. Now I'm wondering, what can I use the other one for? And I think I got that tear and tape too far away. I'm tearing my cardstock, but I think that I got that too far away from the edge. Let me try that again. Nobody's going to see that inside. I do want to get it close to the edge. Yeah, clearly wasn't thinking. Oh, well. There we go. I think we're good now. Phew. Get my take your pick tool. You ought to see my desk. It is a mess. All right, now we're good. And we're going to go ahead and close that on itself. And I'm going to grab my boom folder and do what I did with the other gift card holder and just kind of loosen up that cardstock a little bit. It definitely helps you when you're sliding that in. All right, so I've got two contrasting patterns, dark cardstock, but our little opening is right down here. So for the bottom portion, I've got this pretty Scandinavian print from the Beary cute paper. You kind of get used to it, Faith. Kind of, sort of. And, you know, I don't worry about messing up on video because everybody messes up eventually, right? The best of us mess up a time or two. And, you know, but it's good because then you can show people how to fix mistakes. Now, my mistake, I had to recut the cardstock, which, hey, that's fine. I'll use that cardstock for something. And I'm going to put a contrasting piece of this designer series paper here on the little top panel. These really cute presents. And I'm just making sure I've got a little equal reveal all around that panel. And then I'm going to put the present paper on the back side as well. So our little panel's nice and decorated. There we go. Okay. And where did our little insert go here? It's over here. And then this slides straight down. So because this is a light cardstock, you know, you can write your personal message on here. I recommend using mini glue dots on the back of your gift card, and you would adhere the gift card with those mini glue dots right onto your little tag. So that's how that would work, so that when you pull your tag out, the gift card is attached. And let's quickly decorate our little circle here. So I have a Night of Navy Stampin' Blend, and all I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of draw with this, and it's going to be hard, but I'm just kind of putting in a little ground, a little hint of ground. And then I'm going to take my Wink of Stella. Our polar bear is standing on an iceberg at night. Let's go with that. And I'm just going to brush some Wink of Stella on the bottom section here, just to give it a little shimmer. And then I'm going to glue. Now this little bear was punched with the very cute punch that comes in the bundle. And he was punched from the Designer Series paper, which is super handy. I am going to go ahead and glue him directly to our circle, and then we'll pop the circle up with some Stampin' dimensionals. And then we will be all done. So I took the time to kind of make some ground there for him. So I want to make sure that he is indeed standing on the ground. And we'll just pop him onto our little circle. And we'll go ahead and get some Stampin' dimensionals onto, if I can find some, onto our circle. And we'll get this popped up and we will be all done. So super easy projects that anybody could do, honestly. These are easy. I think kids might enjoy making these as well. Get my little dimensional covers off here. And we'll get our bear popped on. And I'm just going to center him on this lower panel. And let's get a couple of rhinestones. We've already got some pretty ribbon on the top of this card. Get a couple of rhinestones, and I'm just going to place those around, kind of around the top. Nah, let's put one there. And let's put one there. There we go. Okay. So that is it for today. We've got our trifold pop-up gift card holders, and then we've got our pull-out gift tag holders, and that is it. So I want to thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed the video. I will see you next Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern, and most likely with another holiday project. Take care and have a good week, everybody. Bye-bye.